Good morning. You might be wondering why I'm standing out in a cemetery today, but today we're going to be ending up our study on Deuteronomy, chapter 32 through 34. It's March 17th this morning, and today we're in chapter 32. We hear Moses singing a song to his people about how great God is, and kind of giving them instructions about their life down the road. And we're getting to an end of Moses' life here. Matter of fact, God says to go up into the mountains, and that's where you're going to die. And what he gets to do is look into the promised land from the mountain, and to be able to see where God's promising and where he's going to be taking his people. Moses doesn't get to get there, but he gets to see it. And his whole relationship with the Israelites and spending so much time with them, even though that they were crazy at sometimes, just not following God and not listening to Moses. But he had a huge investment into their lives, and no different than the people that are in the cemetery. It makes myself think about, how am I translating, the Word of God to people? How are we living our lives out in order to allow people to have a pathway to God, to have a relationship with Jesus, and to live a life that is, glorifying God, really living out the song that Moses wrote here in chapter 32. The whole idea of a family, of a church family, of our own families, passing on God's love and his provisions and his grace, his mercy, his justice, and his righteousness to us is some of the most incredible things that we can pass on to our loved ones and the people that we care about. Moses, again, he cared deeply about his people, to a point of really, telling God that, if you're not going to save my people, don't save me either. And that was just, I just believe God picked the right person in Moses to lead the people. He was loving, he was gracious. He was the face of Jesus until Jesus came. And for many years, people heard the stories. Moses was the one who got him out of captivity and took him into the promised land. Not physically into the promised land, but to get him out of it. And at the time, they were ungrateful. They couldn't see the big picture as far as what he was trying to teach them, where he was trying to take them. So, again, some great scriptures. There's a lot of people that are in our lives that have poured into us. And this morning, I just want to remember those people, that have gone on before us, like Moses, who had a great influence in our lives. So God bless you all, and we'll see you in the morning.